Hey, what's up you guys? Gavin here. Today we're going to be talking about a new band. It's a band that was suggested to me a while back, and finally getting around to reviewing them. So anyways, the band we're looking at today is Globe Lamp. The album we're looking at is The Orange Glow. So yeah, let's jump right into this. So my first impressions of the album, at first I wasn't really like super into it. I thought it was a little bit too folky for me, but as I'm listening to it more and more, it's growing on me, and the lyrics are really cool, and the delivery is just so enticing. And like, it's acoustic, but it's kind of got like this like shoegazy vibe. So yeah, it was really cool. It's a very good album. The songs are really good. They're really easy to listen to. They're kind of, peculiar at first. They might not fit in right away, but if you're the type to just like digest an album a little bit more, or you have a habit of giving albums a second chance, this is the type of album that I would suggest. It's very unique going in. So the next thing I'm talking about are the lyrics. The lyrics that I pulled up are controversial, confrontational. So yeah, so it starts off, I'm not trying to be controversial or confrontational. It's just what I mean. People pointing fingers can never look into the mirror. Their reflection is so unclean. So yeah, these lyrics are kind of, I wouldn't say complex necessarily, but they're very like self-aware, and there's a lot of messages in this album. The more you listen to it, the more you can it's just, I feel like the artist put a lot of effort and thought into their lyrics, and the delivery was just spot on. So, people pointing fingers can never look into this mirror, the reflection is so unclean. So, it's like people who, have a lot to say about other people, or, don't take the time to like listen to other individuals, or, take into consideration of others, never self-reflect. They're not the type to look into the mirror, or to like look into themselves, take a moment to reflect on what they may be doing, or what their actions are affecting others, and a lot of times it's because they know they would see something, they know they would recognize maybe something that they are judgmental about others in themselves. So that's already off the bat, like, so cool, and it does go, this song specifically targets a gender, which can be kind of controversial. It starts off, men cannot be trusted, and I know women too, but I believed you. Men cannot be trusted, I know women too, but I believed you. So it kind of sounds like these lyrics are about somebody. I think maybe deep down it's like a love and loss type of song, but it's so much more than that, when you listen to it and you break down the lyrics. So I took a step in the unconscious with a step-by-step, an early switch, and I was feeling the vibrations. So I took a step in the unconscious with a step-by-step, an early switch. I guess, maybe the subconscious, just kind of let things be, and with this, with an early switch, I guess early on or whatever, gone with the flow, I guess what it means. I fell from grace at an early age. I never said I knew the way, but you kept on following me anyways. I guess it must have been like a young age or something. Yeah, this song has a lot to say, because at the end it says, "I want your old soul, I miss your old soul, I want your old soul." So I'm pretty sure this is targeting someone. It seems like a love and loss song. Actually, I'm pretty sure it's a love and loss song, but there was a lot more to the lyrics than just love and loss, which I really appreciated. And a lot of the songs on this album are like that. So the next thing we're talking about are the band similarities. These are bands that I think are the most similar to this artist or band, and I think would, if you like these artists specifically, you might like this album as well. So yeah, so the first one, I'm probably gonna go actually from the bottom of my list to the top because it'll just make sense. So anyways, the first band that I think, or first artist I would say that I think is most similar to this is Fleet Foxes. Like I said, this album is very folky, and I think people who are into folk and indie music and acoustic music are gonna find something to enjoy from this album and this artist. Another band that I think, or I guess artist, that I think would do, would fall in the category of similar is Bon Iver. I think if you have listened to Bon Iver or ever enjoyed Bon Iver, that you might enjoy this artist as well, this album. It's very similar to, acoustic, folk acoustic, and indie, and even like shoegazy, which is another thing outside of folk and indie. But if you like shoegazy, acoustic vibage type of music, there's something in this album for you. Another artist as well is Bjork. I think if you enjoyed Bjork's music, which is very unique and kind of self-reflective and makes you think, that you will like this album as well. There's a lot to be said. I don't know if it's necessarily, I would say that it's going to make you think a lot about subjects, or make you think about like the world or the universe or something like that. I think it's more or less just getting a really good glimpse of the artist's mind, things that affected the artist and how she applies that to her work and how she incorporates it in her music. So that's what I mean by it'll make you think and stuff. If you like hearing narratives and stuff like that, that is a lot of what this album is about. Alright, so the next thing I'm talking about is my favorite song. So my favorite song off this album, I had two of them in my opinion. The first one was Controversial, Confrontational. I really like that one. I think that one was probably the one that made the best impression on me right away. And then after listening to the album more and more, Washington Moon, which is the first track off this album, was also really good as well. So Controversial, Confrontational, I really like that one because, like I said, it made the best impression right away, and the lyrics were really cool, and they like spoke to me and stuff, and it's just a song I really liked. And then Washington Moon, I just re-listened to it and I like it a lot. I think it was really catchy, and it was something that I will remember off this album the most. Alrighty, so the last one I'm talking about are the singing and screaming styles. There was absolutely not really, actually, there was no singing, there was no screaming whatsoever. It was like this folk singing. The vocals were really unique. I've never really been exposed to, I think the only time I've ever been kind of thrown for a loop when it came to like vocals or anything was the first time I ever listened to Sleeping with Sirens. It kind of reminded me of that, where the music was good and I wanted to keep listening, but the lyrics were, the vocals were kind of just like really, they kind of stood out, and it's good and a bad thing. it's bad because it might turn off individuals from keep listening, but as far as good, it separates you from the norm. I think that's, you know, especially why I listen to, you know, unique singers, and you know, if there's anything different, it attracts me, because I know that at the end of this, it's probably for good reason. So, alright, if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. If you have any other suggestions for movies, music, games alike, leave in the comment section. I'll be sure to check them out. And to rate this album, probably give it like a 3.5. It was a good solid album. It's very unique, very, you know, good to listen to, you know, set up an atmosphere and stuff. I was really thrown for a loop with the vocals and the lyrics. They were really cool, and I had a fun time listening to this album. So yeah, don't forget to subscribe. Peace.